Good morning, it's Steven Zalunardo here with Remax West Zalunardo Associates. We had an amazing story. We sold one of our listings going into the weekend, and to me it was sort of a redemption. Basically, this was a property that we had listed in 2017. We couldn't sell it. There was, naturally, the market went flat when we had it on the market. It was the summer months, and we have a choice at this point here as a real estate agent and a professional that we have to look out for our client's best interest. Even though the conversation I brought up reflected about 1/10 of my potential income, but it was the right thing to do. And I told my clients at this point here, we got one of two things. Either we adjust the price aggressively, which is probably not in our best interest because you can still hold the property and you're not forced to sell it. And we can lease it right now for top dollar because we have no inventory for leasing. And then ultimately when the market gets snaps back, we can get it back on the market and get it sold. And that's exactly what we did. So we went from 4 showings a month, let's call it, and then and no offers. Now we went to 40 showings this month, and ultimately we got it sold to 99% of asking price, which is amazing. So kudos to my clients, and thank you for listening. This is how I retain clients, because it's upfront information and always the best decisions. I always look at these deals or listings and the purchase and sales on any of our listings or any of our clients. Always I look at it like if it was my deal and what would I do in that position. Naturally, I'm gonna just give them my honest opinion. They got to make a decision from that point, which is cool. Looking at the inventory, we're at 12,548 units. We're up 500 units from last week. Again, we're gearing up for that 20 to 24,000 units. This is why I'm always telling clients, get on the market in the next couple of weeks, and let's take advantage of this low inventory and a lot of buyers right now. And another note, on last Thursday, I had an awesome invitation by Stephen Lecce. He's our MPP for King Vaughan, our Progressive Conservative Party here in Ontario, and he had a round table event. So basically, Minister Todd Smith, the Minister of Economic Development and Job Creation for the Crown here in the province of Ontario, sat in and listened to small business owners, and basically we're all chatting about red tape that's holding us back for doing more business and making Ontario a better place to create jobs and also reinvest in the country. And it's amazing how everyone has a lot of red tape right now. And again, hopefully Stephen's taking notes, and Minister Todd had his assistant there, so hopefully they can start eliminating some of this red tape. But ultimately, for us in real estate, we mentioned that there was a few mortgage agents there also, and we kind of brought up the stress test. Naturally, our stress test is 2% on the 5-year. So you have to qualify at 2% at the 5-year rate, which is huge. It's very aggressive, and it's taking a lot of people out of the market and affordability. So we were chatting about that, and again, this was before they actually announced it on the media. So we were talking about this, if they can knock it down even 1%, this gives us a lot more buying power. And another idea that sprung to my mind is when Vancouver's market went flat, when the foreign buyers tax went in, and they moved from that province and came over to Toronto and started heating up our province here in Ontario. What Vancouver did is they gave an incentive to first-time home buyers. I think it was a $40,000 grant that didn't have to pay back in their lifetime, or it was 20, 30 years, something of that nature. And what this did is they brought out a lot of let's say home money, where I'll just give you an example. My clients have a lot of their baby boomer parents, naturally, so these guys are money hoarders, and they have a lot of money, cash in the bank. So ultimately what this is doing is that it's going to give the baby boomers an incentive to kind of give a little bit of the children's inheritance now to buy real estate, because they know real estate is one of the most important vehicles and investments to have. So ultimately, if there is a $40,000 incentive going forward, I'm sure that either first-time buyers will do it on their own, naturally, but a lot, especially here in Vaughan, you've got a lot of inheritance money coming in, and I think that it'll definitely spring up a lot of new buyers to absorb some of the inventory. And I don't know if you guys are aware that in December they had a record period for building permits that they were taken out. And we got to read into this clearly. Building permits are usually pulled out just before the development is ready to build, but usually development takes about 1.5 to 2 years from selling to process, and there's a million boxes they got to check up until they get to this point. So these building permits that just got pulled out in December, which is record high, and as they're saying, this is from sales from like a year and a half ago, even up to 2 years ago. So let's just be careful what we interpret with the media. So ultimately, that's pretty much it. So that'd be great. $40,000 grant. Let's get it out there. Let's get it out there. That'd be an amazing opportunity for everybody, even to get into the real estate market. And look at this. If we do get this $40,000 grant, and it takes a lot of people into the market purchasing. So a lot of let's say millennials don't want to leave home. They're 25 to 27 years old. They basically have the money, but they want to stay at home with their parents. We're going to have a lot of rental units available for the demand that we have right now in the market, where there's nothing to lease. Especially if you're a tenant right now, you got no product. So this would actually alleviate some of the product. So this is a win-win for everybody. So incentives for 2019 or 2020. All the best, guys. Have a great day. Ciao.